Alright, welcome back to the Agamemnon game review. I'm Agamemnon the First. This is the Warlock Journal. Today's broadcast is being recorded on the 23rd of September 2018, 7:52 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, Sunday. The video was captured on the 6th of September 2018. Today we're continuing on where we last left off. Today it's kind of exciting. We're going to get to do our first dungeon under Battle for Azeroth. And chance to test out the Warlock here. We're hoping that the Microsoft video recorder cooperates. Now these table missions, I guess that's what people are referring to them as. I decided to deal with them slowly. I didn't want to eat up all my war resources. At this particular level, they were scarce, so it's not like I could burn through them. But even after making 120, I kind of paced myself with them. I'd rather have far more war resources available than sitting around waiting for them. Now, because this character is not part of a guild, we're going to have to rely on the looking for a group tool to satisfy our dungeon needs. Now, I particularly did this one rather than do the random one because I needed this one to complete what we were doing. Now, if you're familiar with the random dungeon, they used to give you a bundle of stuff. Now they just reduced it down to Azeroth and some gold. We'll be signing up as a DPS. And now it's understandable that at this level our Warlock is probably underpowered until we reach 120, and when we can start getting good gear. And if you're sort of in that position, don't worry about the gear. Just get to 120. Finish the quest lines as much as you can, and then slowly ease into the dungeons is what I would recommend to anybody. Never feel like you have to be in a hurry. This video's part 1 is gonna have a running time of about 46 minutes, so it's considerably long. I hope you got some snacks available, refreshments. But it's a good one. Oh, it popped automatically. Look at that. You know, a healer. I've pretty much been playing on Horde side, and I've always had a good experience with the random group finder. Except for maybe one or two outliers, they're always been pleasant on the Horde side. Last time I was in a group on the Alliance side was back when Wrath of the Lich King came out. There comes some holdout.
You are too late, outsiders. The temple belongs to my master now. Soon, Zul will awaken Dazar. Then the Troll Empire will rise again.
I mean, as a Warlock, always do your basic stuff first.
Don't touch what you can't afford.
I think I pretty much stayed with the succubus. So when to get a sense of where my character was at. Nothing fancy, just basic tactics here. Just get as many pets out as you can. Assist the attack. And spread the damage out. The enemy damage out. Absorb as much damage as possible from the enemy using my pets, which should reduce the damage on the team and reduce the amount that the healer has to do. Which is why Doom is important as a demonologist. It's much easier to sacrifice a pet than it is to sacrifice a party member. This is before we had loaded up our deadly boss mod. And, as of today, the 23rd of September, we have all our add-ons working together. Everything's working fine, and you'll see that as we series gets up to those videos. But as of the 6th of September, we didn't have those. The day that this was shot, we weren't using those. Alright, we got through the first three trash mobs here, and I think we're doing pretty good. First chance to put Nether Portal out there. See all the demons I quickly got on the board. Now, Warlocks are primarily, I've always understood, our main focus is to deal with add-ons. While the team is focused on the main guy, we're always supposed to be conscious of where all the add-ons are at. And that's generally where we need to attack. See, I moved out of the way to that thing. I don't know what that is, but see something forming under your feet, it's always a good idea to move out of the way. One thing that Demon Warlock is not is a very mobile DPS. Meaning you can't cast other than Doom while you're moving. But you should always cast Doom when necessary because it pulls aggro away from other people and onto yourself. Hopefully it will draw aggro to your demons. But you definitely want to draw aggro away from the other DPS. Now, I don't know if that's true for all guilds out there. They might have different strategies. That's how I always understood it in this game. I think in a random pickup group, that's a good policy. See, we're quickly distributing Doom. And go ahead and pop down area AoE as soon as it's polymorph. Now it's okay if the Warlock gets polymorph because that's kind of part of your defense is you want them to focus all their crowd controls on you. So they're not casting on other people. Which you will probably survive that kind of stuff as a demonologist. Now, as of the 6th of September, we had a pretty long day. We did this in the afternoon, and we came back later in the evening and shot more footage. 3 different sessions, so turned out all to be really good. Remember, you gotta use your tab to target all the ads. I felt that the little bat attack here would probably be best. You always want to get Doom out, as I said before, get that out quickly. And you don't necessarily need to do the most damage, you just have to have effective damage against mobs. This is our bat attack. Now, over the years, I've come to not loot in a raid. I only loot at the very end, or where you get the big boss. I don't like my bags getting all filled up with junk. Trash mobs. See how I'm quickly getting taunt out there? Touting. Doesn't matter what kind of warlock you are, your primary responsibility is to deal with ads. Tab targeting is your friend. That's why you generally want to stand in the back so you can get a good vision of everything in front of you. You're essentially the artillery battery. The fire base. Not good to run through fire, so see, I did my tap targeting. What's that done? A heavy dose of hand of Gul'dan. Alright. The bat bombers.
Servants of Yasma are not welcome here. Atal'Dazar's power flows through me.
Here, quickly getting my demons out. To the nether portal.
Do not belong here. My claws will find your heart. You do not belong here. Humans must be claimed.
My thanks for killing the priestess. You have only succeeded in strengthening my hold on the temple.
Remember, don't run through fire. It's always important. But I wanted to test it out, see how strong that fire was to the undead. A leap of faith here. This one was a little tough, but we pulled through it. We didn't quite understand what to do as the battle started, but got the hang of it. Doing so well for everybody.
Summon
Again, I'm focusing on the ads here. But beard, so can't do anything about that. No, we didn't get wipes, so I don't understand how it resets. Must be an automatic thing. And get as many demons out as possible. Spread the damage across the demons. Apparently, if you go too far into the steps, it resets the mission. So, hanging out on the stairs is not a way to go. I spelled lock wrong. So I'm trying to take up position behind him. Never again deal with ads. It's on a roll. There's a Warlock. Alright, got that.
Rezan was a powerful lord. Perhaps you will make a worthy sacrifice for Zool.
The mother load. Dun, dun. The Gilded Menagerie. Dun dun. I know how to say the word menagerie because I watch Star Trek. Now, if you have the Void Walker out, remember you're more tankier, so you're not going to do as much damage as the other DPS, but you're not going to die as fast. And your ability to crowd control is a lot better. I think the Demon Warlock's ability to crowd control and absorb damage away from the party is superior to that of the Affliction Warlock
Impressive.
and
You
Destruction
made it
Warlock.
harder than I thought, but I will still be drinking your blood.
Not by much, so don't let it go to your head, but I think it has a lot of advantages. No, I just randomly put these gates and stuff out because I don't really know what to expect. I've never been here before, so I make it so people can move around the battlefield quickly, if necessary. So I pop all those gates out for them.
Dazar will awaken soon, but you will not live to see it. I will tear your soul apart.
Look how fast we're getting out there. Our job is to deal with the ads. So you gotta make sure you're in position so you can do that. At least have a good vision of the battlefield. See, I got as many demons out as possible with the nether gate there, nether portal. Pretty easy for a first dungeon. I thought it was gonna take longer, but it turned out it didn't really take all that long. Got some cool loot out of that. And we were done. Look at that. It's actually a pretty short dungeon. I thought it was gonna be longer, but everything worked out for the best. One of the reasons I was not using a bartender at this point was I loaded it up and then the minimap icon thing disappeared. I didn't know how to get it back. But after some research, I found out that there was you could key it into the prompt, the /BT4, and it would come up. But excuse me. But I since learned that we're already over the halfway point of the video, hard to believe. It's been 29 minutes.
And which lower do you bargain with?
Now we have to go turn in all these missions that are tied to that quest line. I had originally expected this to take longer, so I had planned like
Times change, and so must
hour or
the
two,
land.
and it didn't really take all that long. So, so then I ended up finishing up this session. I went and took a nap. Came back later that day, and did 2 other recording sessions for the 6th.
Vengeance for the fourth.
So now we're just finishing up pretty much all the quest in the Zandolar area here. But my experience from about 116 on to 120 turned out it's when things start to accelerate in the story. But if you follow a lot of the lore, the quest itself does a really good job of systematically knocking out a lot of these achievements. As you will see now in the 23rd September videos, if you're following the series.
Speak your business. Go careful.
I keep searching the market here to see if I can find a trainer for a riding trainer, and I can't. Usually are around the stable guy there, but not the case here. Gonna end up having to go back to Orgrimmar with that. returning back to the boat to do our send our people out. First mission was successful. Now, a lot of this stuff gives you reputation. I guess that's good. I was watching a Panzer Trade chat. She said that this is tied to your phone app, I guess. Companion apps. I don't have a cell phone, so I won't be able to test that out. But that'd be kind of cool. Instead of having to always go back to the boat, just pull up your companion app on your phone and just send your people out. Star Trek Online has a very similar system to this, but it's tied to your ship and your fleet, and then you send people out to do missions and stuff, and it gives you various awards and stuff, rewards.
Step right up, pal.
The mother load. When you look at the Horde as a family or group, they seem like the Adams family,
I got some
or
bad
the Munsters.
Local Razdunk double-crossed us. It was crazy. I never seen the green bastard back out of a deal like that. You wouldn't believe.
Pull yourself together, trade prince. Such babbling does not befit a leader of the Horde.
Well, excuse me, Banshee Prince. Sorry if I'm rattled after nearly getting killed. In a deal I was against making in the first place.
The war chief will not be pleased. We were counting on Razdunk's methods of refining Azeroth in our war against the Alliance.
That deal was more trouble than it was worth. There is an easier way to get what we want. By cutting out the middleman, if you get my drift.
Indeed. Champion, head to Kazan. Acquire the Azeroth refining techniques we were promised, and make Mogul Razdunk suffer for breaking his word to the Dark Lady.
Yes, we will fulfill the Dark Lady's wishes. He will die. I think I need to do these dungeons. Well, I finished all the quest lore, and I got the thing to do the seal, but it won't allow me to complete it. And I've been wondering. Someone said it's because I don't have enough reputation, but I don't know. I think it's because I haven't done all the dungeons. These are the island expeditions. So, where we learn to access them. I'm off till Thursday of this week, so I plan to use that time to get my video all up to schedule. A lot of streaming this week. Make up for last week. I ended up working 6 days all last week. That kind of sucked. But, you know, I like getting paid, but sapped a lot of my time. But it was worth it. The point of these last missions, I think, was just to explore those area in the map. Because they didn't really take long. You just basically went out, did a little thing, and you were done. And it gave you all these areas to unlock for exploration, which was kind of cool. Where the mighty Warlock's time. The champion. Or champion. Gotta shoot some test footage, which I got the Bandicam software. I wanted to test it out, so I'm thinking of shooting some footage tonight. But instead of with my Warlock, I was gonna go play the Shadow Priest for a while, because I need to grind that character up. Which would be useful. However, I don't know. I don't want to spread myself too thin. I kind of want to get it on with this character because I didn't have a lot of time to play this character last week, so I lost about 3-4 days. But I do need to clean out my folder of captured video and to reclaim all that hard drive space back. So I think my time is better served producing videos this week. Because all the video that we captured from the 6th all the way to the 22nd, 23rd of September are all longer sessions, so they're going to take longer to process. Definitely it'll take more than 4 days to process all that. However, once I get on a roll, you can do like 6-7 parts at a time. And they are kind of fun to sit back and observe, preview. From a player perspective, I think it's fun to sit back and watch your gameplay after you've done it, and then you see stuff that you could have did, should have did. You evaluate your tactics and strategy a little bit better. But as we end up going to Nazmir, I feel the story picked up quite a bit. Because when you first get to Zandalar here, Zandalzar, you get there at a high-paced moment in the story, and then it kind of slows down, and then we spent a lot of times in the jungle, meeting people, studying, learning about the politics of the area, and then once you get back to Nazir, everything starts to pick up again in the story. And you definitely get to meet Wasambi. He was really a cool character. And then when you get to the Bolden area, it continues on. And that area was a lot of fun, I thought. Here we are at the end of part 1.